Yeah, definitely not what we call meta picks coming out from both of these teams, but looking forward what the Tide Enigma can do on the other side. Like, I think Pango is gonna be the key for Ooreedo here, because he should have like relatively easy time. I mean, yeah, he's playing into Doom, he's playing into Global Silence, but the only thing he needs to be careful about, I'd say, is also focus fire. Just that focus fire once Windranger gets a BKB, so he can actually die. On the other side, a lot of long cooldown ultis. So having meta, which is kind of ulti, Pangalier's Rolling Thunder. I think Ooreedo will have a really hard time like ganking if Pangolier is not active. He was not as active as we've seen him be in the last couple of games, so all eyes on Noob to see how he's gonna perform. Good cast.
He's gonna bounce back.
Yeah, so Fishman, he's gonna die.
And that's a good start. You know, we're talking about how like they're very cooldown reliant. It does feel like on the side of Ooreedo. But if this Pango gets off to a good start, he's gonna be the one that makes their lineup feel a lot faster paced. Because if you look, you know, Enigma, TB, Tidehunter, this is like the 3-minute cooldowns that like this that makes the game extremely slow. But Pango can definitely offset that if he has a good start. But we'll see. I mean, laying it, I think this one can be a pretty tough one for Pango a bit of the time, but with that first blood, maybe it's just going to offset it completely because he gets a bottle right away.
Yeah, it's insane. Just extra gold on Pango. I don't think he would do as bad. Also, I want to see if he decides to put just a value point in this arm. Like that lucky shot might change how this matchup works in some of these situations, especially once Windranger gets level 6.
Look at bottom. Did you see him? Dude, Pugna just bodied the Witch Doctor out of lane pretty hard there. Really nice trades coming out onto Skulls. Again, you know, I'm keeping track of this a couple of times. I feel like Skulls does have a little bit of trouble in his positioning in the laning phase. He did last time as well. Just always gets brought really low, I noticed. He steps up a bit too far sometimes.
Look at him sitting between like range creep and the melee creep, being kind of the front line, and Slavy now. I mean, they need that cast bounce to be able to get the kill. Also, looking at the 0-1 Esports lineup, they need to have a good catch. When you have Doom, you have position 5 Silencer, so he doesn't provide you with much. Your position 4 is going to be Pugna, so you will need to land either Shackles or you'll need your CK to be active, to be able to actually pin them down.
Yeah, probably going to be more of Storm's job, I guess, just to be the one that gives that extra little bit of lockdown that their lineup is lacking. Bottle versus bottle. As I said, should be able to see pretty decent farm for Noob because he does get that early start. And the mid Pangos just lately, especially in most matchups, do very well, even versus those ranged heroes in the past. I think like Windranger and Puck used to be, Puck more so than Windranger, but used to be able to bully the Pango really hard. This is not the case anymore, really. A little bit, but not too much. Nas, he got the creep, I'm seeing. I see this little armor above that Doom's head. I believe he got the ice.
Ogre Vampire Mage, yeah, he got it.
Yeah. So he's going to be unbelievably tanky. So bullying out that Doom, probably not going to happen down bottom ever.
Remember when that, back in our days, you know, you mentioned it, Tidehunter Enigma, but also back in our days, Ogre Frost Mage, he gave 8 armor and slowed people down by 30 or 35%, which was pretty nuts.
It's very balanced. You know, we had some really balanced back then. I'm sure, you know what, nowadays we still don't really have those like super balanced neutral creeps. They got patched, you know, some of them, but there still is the creep, of course, as we like to call it, the mana burn plus mana regen restoration one. Skulls. It's the Maledict on Devil, but look at how slow he is. Every time he hits him, down to 225 move speed, also hits him for pretty much 0 because of that ice armor.
I know this feels very awkward for Silencer. I don't think they're gonna be getting much kills in this lane. It's also a deny lane because Monster Kill will be getting those Eidolons up, and I don't think Silencer gets to play the game. It's gonna be more about getting that global silence to stop the Enigma from getting the ulti. It's also a little bit of a like weird instant response to Enigma. I'm not sure if like Silencer would get like straight up banned. I think they had a couple of options left. Wyvern comes to my mind just to be able to like get a bit more value from the hero. because I don't believe in Silencer. I know we do play Silencer, you and me, when we play the game.
Yeah, but we're trolls.
Yeah, sure. we don't play meta heroes, but it's just not strong. Like, there was one point of the time when Silencer felt extremely good.
Got a Fairy Fire. Devil should survive. Dude, it ticks hard now. That Maledict ticked a lot harder than you'd expect because of that buff. Yeah, no, I agree. It's also like the skill build that he's gone for. It's like you always want to do this skill build because you're 5 position, so you want to like get your Q and your E max because they synergize so well together. But not having glaives really feels bad versus something like Tide and Enigma. Can't even kill the Eidolons.
Can't do much in the lane. So 3 points in the shield crash. Once he gets level 6, if he gets a connection stun on the Wind Ranger, like Wind Ranger might just die. Tidehunter, no point in Kraken yet. Let's see if this takes him down. And he got him, yep, as you said. But unfortunately, no intelligence stolen.
No. That's the one bummer about having to go the glaives. They should build it into the hero, honestly.
Yes,
I feel like it's something that, because it allows the hero to actually play 5 position like this, which is the proper way. You know, you're getting your Q and your E, you're synergizing well, but you're not stealing in. You need to get glaives. I just don't, it's just such a weird thing that ties to the hero.
I completely agree. It needs to be same as Flash Heap. Make it work retroactive.
Yeah, I can agree with that. You know, I'm actually cool with that one. You're playing and then you just like level it up and the enemy hero just loses in the middle of a fight. What do you like?
Maybe that's why. Maybe maybe that's that's why. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna use the black hole. Never mind, I'm missing mana. I don't have enough mana.
Can you imagine? don't skill glaives until a team fight just to steal the int. Like that'd be ridiculous.
No, what if you stole like, I don't know, 6 int from him and then mid fight you see him low mana and they're like, yeah, this is the time. 17 minutes into the game, I'm gonna get it.
A buff that's needed, as we say. You know, Silencer needs some loving. Tier 4 items, every single one dispels. Poor Silencer just becomes worthless as soon as 37 minutes hits half the games. But we'll see. This game so far, off to a good start, getting those 2 kills early. Bottom, the meta, they just can't push Nas out because this armor. Maybe he actually dies? That would look like a lot
extra
more
regeneration, he's gonna be okay. From the tower, pop the stick.
It's close.
DB already has Falcon Blade. He's super farm. 38 CS, 12 denies on top of that. They might have trouble locking down this Terror Blade. Also, their damage output, like through the BKB, is gonna be what, like Doom Focus Fire? We already talked about how Focus Fire might need to be used to kill the Pangolier during the Rolling Thunder. Devil, he'll just use the Cripify on himself. Also, back in our days, the Cripify did slow you and did slow your allies as well, so you did not want to use it.
The one thing that they do have, though, is like the BKB is going to be annoying, but the Doom is always going to be that big counter, but they have the Pugna versus TB. So your Shard, you put down your Pugna Ward, you drain it, you instantly kill all the illusions if the fight does kick off like that. I think this Pugna Ward is going to be something really problematic for the Radiant draft, because just that little bit of damage reduction that comes out, too, versus these big team fight ultimates can be pretty crippling. Like, if you don't win the team fight because of a Nether Ward damage reduction, that's crazy. You know, those type of situations do happen.
Like, magical damage output on their side is so-so. I mean, Pango deals some, Enigma okay-ish, like Terrorblade, Tidehunter. Like, this is not the spell damage, you know, that you need to be too worried about, I would say. It's not like you're playing, I don't know, Leshrac Zeus type of a hero.
Everything adds up, though. Fishman getting chased. Noob. Will likely find the kill. Will keep replenishing that Arcane Curse onto himself, but it doesn't do too much damage when you're a mid laner. It's a top net worth, 3,600 for Noob level 8 already.
That's insane. Pango from mid lane is a completely different hero than Pango on the off lane. The items that you go for, like what you can do, I expect to see that mana burn again, get that Diffusal Blade. He did pick up mana boots as his first item. I don't mind seeing that, just to be, because you kill the creep wave with 2 abilities, so you do spam out mana. Even when having bottle, sometimes your mana pool is just not good enough, so getting that mana boots, I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with it too, because like something that they pointed out also on panel last game was like he didn't get too much help in mid lane for runes, so maybe just feeling like he always needs mana pool, so the Arcane Boots will give him that. The Doom comes out, but Nas is so deep not going to have any follow-up from his teammates either, and he's going to drop to this Maledict. It will be a follow-up here, though. Stormer, Fishman trying to come in, but Noob trying to reset himself away. Stormer will get the Shackle connection, but he's still hot on the chase. But an Arcane Curse cuts a path to freedom. Nice quelling. Okay. We'll lose skulls. He tries to slow down Stormer, just gets power shot to the face. Nice quelling blade by Noob.
Yeah, there was not much follow-up on the Doom usage. I think they needed Windranger to be there a bit earlier, because something that we mentioned, like that there's just not enough lockdown. Like their chase potential is okay-ish later on, like once Windranger has her Wind Run maxed out, and now the stuns. There's nothing to latch. Yeah, look
at the Pugna Silencer supports just looking at him. They're like, yup.
Someone please stun them so you can deal damage. Otherwise, it's not working.
It definitely is a very awkward support duo. I don't think I've ever seen a Pugna Silencer on the same team. Probably because I just don't see Silencer ever, because that hero is just
That's one of the reasons, yes.
Oh, it tries to go for the Gush onto the big creep, but Habu will be able to claim it on the CK.
Tidehunter, I mean, he does play into Doom this game, but if you get doomed and let's say Rolling Thunder's used after that, or a Black Hole to be able to like hold them into a place, that's gonna be pretty good, because Tidehunter is super tanky, and then he might rejoin the fight. I'm a little worried for Dire, to be honest, because I don't think they did like stomp the lanes. It's only 1k gold lead, and Ooreedo is more than fine with that. They do have this big teamfight ultis. Ravage is available. He's gonna pop it if they get closer, but the Shackle is gonna keep him in place. Now Noob rolling in. That Rolling Thunder's gonna connect. He's dead. I don't think they needed Ravage there, but because there was another stun from the Witch Doctor, Noob stun would connect. Maybe they just thought, you know, why risk it? We'll get it anyway.
I don't like when I see like those, you know, 2.5 minute cooldown used for something like that as the Tide. If the game state was a little bit slower, perhaps. I mean, it is kind of slow, but I do feel like now they could maybe take advantage of just having like just the Rolling Thunder going to be up in the next fight. I mean, we'll see if it ends up hurting them or not, but a good punchback. Good move.
Look at Silencer farming the mid lane. Position 5. What a useless hero.
Yeah, his job is going to be global for Black Hole, but what if there like never even is like a Black Hole casted or anything like that? Then what's his job? Just to be there?
I remember one game.
Damage.
Sure, I
match your nukes, but
I always bring it up when I see Enigma versus Silencer, where Silencer one game, it's just stuck in my head. Like, he was never joining fights. He was sitting near the tier 2 tower of his own to use global silence while his team is fighting near the enemy tier 3 tower. And he was just doing that whole game. Like, I think he found a fillet and went for refresher, because Enigma did have refresher. So he was just waiting. Like, he was not close to a fight.
It does get to a point, especially in like later stages, if you are talking about like when you're that farmed, you literally are just a global. You're not doing damage anymore. You're
deadly swift.
You're just a hater. Fog.
I'm not. I love the hero, but it's bad in most situations.
I agree. He's.
You can work.
I think he's my top 3 most played heroes. That's why I am on the hero, because he's dog shit right now.
Yeah. And it's a hard hero to make work sometimes when you don't have like really clear initiation. One of the biggest combos we used to see was like the Bat Silencer back in the day, right? Because he jumps in, lassos you global, you cover him, you win the fight because you get a pick off. This one, it's a little more awkward because he has this Doom.
Focus fire on the tower. Ooh, man.
Finished.
It's gonna be a lot of damage. He did max out the Wind Run, so gonna be more movable inside the fights. Ooreedo, smoke. Ravage is gonna be back up online in less than 10 seconds. Slavic farming very aggressively. Does have a Sunder.
Blink on Noob. This is such an awkward game, just like because of the lack of stuns, really. Just everyone's just kind of dancing around each other. Oh, on Esports, I feel like they're getting a lot out of the map because of the Doom and the CK, but feels like they're the ones having to dodge fights a lot more right now.
And that's not the situation that they want to be in. I feel like with what they're playing against, TB, Enigma, Tidehunter, like these heroes are going to scale insanely well into the late game.
But they do have the Silencer versus the Enigma always, so, you know, they can always count out that Enigma.
I just don't count that. Like, if we're talking about the super late game, the spell neutral items are going to be too good against the Silencer.
Yep.
Ravage, is he gonna drop it? There's gonna be the global silence finally, and Stormer with the Maelstrom is gonna finish it off, and a good power shot in backlines to finish off the skulls as well. This Ravage doing absolutely nothing, just holding them back a little bit, and Slav is half HP, so now it's a really good time to chase. I mean, their damage output is a bit limited because they're playing into Tidehunter, but eventually they're gonna kill him. It's gonna take some time, especially if he gets those Anchor smashes off, but yeah, that's gonna be 3 kills. A bit of a late one, I would say. Maybe he needed to pop the Ravage immediately.
Maybe. Noob got caught, though, very far aggressive up on the northern side, and he got caught by, I think, a shackle into a global afterwards. And just, I think if the Pango dies, they cannot fight. He is pretty much everything. The damage as well as the control in the fights. TB doesn't want to walk into these fights still just yet. You saw Slawa, he kind of walked in, but he was like, wait, I'm half HP, 0 mana. Like, this is not my time to shine just yet. So I feel like as soon as Noob dies, the fight's just impossible. That Ravage probably just whiffed again, just wasted.
For the effort.
Look at that.
Fishman actually skill. I thought he was trying to get Glaives and walk up to Tide there when they were trying to kill him.
Nope.
I was hoping he did because I was like, oh, he's going to steal in, but no, it wasn't the case.
Yeah. We're going to see that again. Yeah, where's the
He just
shackle?
died. He didn't even get shackled to anything. It's just a ton of damage. I guess a couple Maelstrom procs.
Power shot even connected on Terrorblade.
Oh, I didn't see
remember,
it went through. Nice.
I remember because Dubu was playing a lot of Silencer, and he like never skilled Glaives in the lane, even though he was involved in a lot of those kills. So it was just like, I think 1 point is enough. It's about that mental damage that you do to them.
I agree. But then it can also put you into a playstyle where what happens to me as Silencer is I just start using Glaives in fights, and I'm like, what the hell am I doing? If you have 404, you can't use the Glaives, so you're not tempted to use them.
That's true.
It's a, you know, you said mental damage. You mentally damage yourself sometimes with Glaives.
Pango is going for a different item build. Like, I was fine with the mana boots. I think getting a Blink Dagger, because you do have Tide with the Ravage. You have Enigma going for Blink Dagger as well. It's too many items just for like mobility. You're gonna be lacking in damage department, I would say. And with this build, you're not gonna be able to scale. Like, sure, you're gonna get the farm. You one-shot creep waves with 2 abilities, but still, I want to see, you know, something. Maelstrom, Diffusal. Big fan of Diffusal.
Yeah, I agree. I guess because he's playing with the TB, he's just feeling like he has to just be this like fully controlling, like supporty kind of style Pango. He doesn't want to be this damage dealer, so I can understand on that perspective. But for me, I'm the same. When I see mid Pango, I want him to just be doing some damage. And he did go for the corrosion after he had, like, you know, his arcane boots and everything finished up to he went back for it, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. I think he went back to it.
The blink I can, like, blink, I know it makes a lot of sense, especially versus Wind Ranger, because if he's just rolling into the fight and just rolling in slowly, he might just get focused and killed. So I can understand, like, the blink to get in. The Yules, I can also understand because he's playing into global, but like
I mean, if you want to get a Dispel, Lotus Orb is the best item in this game. Against Doom, Pugna, Shackle Shot, and removing the global silence, pre-casting it on someone like an Enigma Tidehunter. Yeah, that's why I was a big fan of Arcanes, because I thought he was going to go for it eventually, not as a first, second item, but later on. Noob going in and going out.
Did he make a mistake? Did he bounce? He looked like
no, he didn't. There's nothing to bounce off there.
Something looked a little funky with the way that he landed initially. I don't know. That looked a little weird to me. Either way, Rolling Thunder missed. They will get the kill on the Silencer. And it was, they didn't see it. They actually have really good wards placed out right now from the Radiant side. Dire has no vision. They have 1 ward outside Roche Pit, and that's it.
Habu is chasing with that Shadow Blade pickup.
There's a lot of enemy heroes down here, though. He doesn't have any backup. 6 to 6, 18 minutes. I mean, we kind of had a feeling it was going to be slow because of the lack of disables and stuff, but whew, this is one of the least kill counts I feel like we've had in a while.
I feel they want to fight right now. A lot of pings, a lot of sentries. This smells like a smoke. Also, does Pugna have a shard right now? Not yet.
Oh, going for lens. Okay. And TB, I think he's ready to fight. He went SNY, so I think they're gonna actually look to start making their moves as well on the Radiant, on Ooreedo to just actually take all these head-on games. They have Blink on the Enigma as well, I believe. So they have Blink, Pango, Blink, Enigma. Didn't see what Tide had.
Blink
a lot of different elements to start fights. So yeah, 3 different ways to start fights and get on top of this silencer in particular. Did see BKB on Doom and a BKB on Wind Ranger on the opposing side, but no way to actually start fight yet. The Blink I don't think was done for the Doom yet. So
Shadowblade CK, if they find an opening, they're going to follow it up with Global and try to delete one of those heroes. Seems like that's going to be the smoke from 0-1 Esports.
They did get the Blink now. Nas just picked it up. So they have their own form of initiation with the Doom as well on top. Still hanging on to the Ice Creep.
They know something is up.
Who's it gonna be?
Monster kill. He got it. Yeah, that's gonna be an easy pickoff on Enigma. Skulls with the TP. They're also bringing the Tidehunter. He pops the Ravage, connects. Doom is fairly tanky. Doesn't get. He actually does get the Doom off.
Wait, what?
I don't know who. What did he do? Did he do an illusion?
What? I think he doomed a creep or something. I'm not sure. The CK now went in, getting dusted, also dies.
Yeah, because I thought he's gonna get the chain stun there, but and I see the Doom is on cooldown, but I don't see it on TB. Fishman also gonna draw. Like, this is a good time for Ooreedo to just go straight into Roche Pit and take it. They have minus armor from Lucky Shot and Gosh, and also TB still has some time left on meta. So huge mistake. I mean, that was a good Ravage from the Tidehunter.
It was a beautiful Ravage, really. Just I was a little worried because they trickled in like these 1-by-1 TPs, but they caught them a bit split up while Stormstorm is running in. And now I gotta see, they doomed the range creep? Yeah, he doomed the range creep.
Value.
For like a split second, it dies right away. Okay, and Noob ends up being able to get the follow-up. They don't even use the global. I think Fishman is just like, what the heck is going on? I think he was what happened in the fight too. So, bit of panic coming out. Panic.
So, who picked up the Aegis? Yeah, it's gonna be Terrorblade with the Aegis. Like, sure. Oh, another stun. Not gonna connect, but they do have Reveal with the Dust. Gonna back off. Devil is there, gonna heal him with Pugna.
Oh, and Esports can't hit back though. Like, even right there where they make this kind of misstep, it's like the Pugna comes in and he's like, well, this is what I do. You know, I just replenish health and mana.
So pretty much they have 2 position 5s at the moment. Cause sure, Pugna can scale, but what your job is in a team fight is to try to save people and to do the life drain. So you're gonna be half HP. You can't get close to the enemy. So you're gonna be pretty much doing the position 5 job from position 4. And your other 5 is Silencer. Nas gonna get Black Hold immediately.
There's a global
silence, and Shackle does connect. Stormstormer does not want to commit with the ulti, saving that for a bigger kill, and they're still chasing. Bigger kill, position 5. Never mind.
And Nas also now, I think this is important. I was pointing out for a reason that he was hanging on to the Ogre Frost Mage. Now he has a real form of initiation besides just like Blink dooming someone. He's got Blink Stomp, actual ways to catch heroes. So now
because last time
we're gonna see a difference.
Didn't have it. He had the Ogre Frost Mage. He didn't stun them. Might need those 2 seconds just to be able to maneuver his mouse over the hero instead of the range creep.
Any stuns that they can get, they need, right? Like, it's just awkward right now for their catch, so it's always going to be the best creep you can pick up on Doom anyway. Close game. Neck and neck. We do see Fishman. Look at his scaling, man. He's got Tranquil Boots. He's got his drums, double bracer. So I guess he's going to turn into the 4 position a bit on this silencer.
Position 4 silencer would have those glaives skilled. I mean, he still deals damage. He's preparing for level 20, for minute 25 with the double bracer. So that's gonna make him extremely tanky. He might like survive through Rolling Thunder possibly. What does Noob have? He decided to go for the Yule Scepter, and what's his next item?
I think he bought the shard, right?
Shard, and now going back to Maelstrom Eggs.
Okay, and he did take the Shield Crash talent too, so he did not take the Rolling Thunder thing. So I guess now he wants to be that, the just-in-case versus CK as well, right? Having that extra element to deal with Phantasm on top of a TB. Fishman gets blinked right on top of. A very easy kill.
But Doom is in. He jumped in.
Oh.
There is no global.
Okay, he'll bring down
Get the
Skulls.
Witch Doctor. Doom still available, but no BKB. Monster Kill will stun him. Noob will follow up with his Rolling Thunder. A bit of a disconnection from the team. Who needs to do what? I guess this Yule Scepter is also good for dispelling Windrun and also dispelling the Creepify.
Protects him. He can also just throw the Wind Ranger up if he's not BKB'd when he starts focus firing him. So yeah, there's a lot of different benefits. I'm still. What was Nas doing there, by the way? I don't know. He just really wanted to kill the Witch Doctor. Just wanted to bully Skulls. That was a bit of a weird Doom play. Just blinking into low ground. And the reason I say that is because Doom as a hero is one of these that you don't want to just die like that randomly. You build up so much gold when you're alive with your Devour. So, Stormstormer turning out to Noob. The global comes out a bit late, but it should be enough for him to finish off the Pango.
And now they're chasing Habu. Can he find any opening? Like this Shadowblade pickup, like eventually you will want to have it to be able to break the Tidehunter and just straight up kill him. But I don't
he bought
think
it already.
He bought. Oh, is it the full one?
I think he finished the Silver Edge, if I'm not mistaken. The Ravage is gonna come out on
0.
nothing. Yeah, he does have Silver Edge finished. We see now.
So CK finding Witch Doctor, but the good cast, because the Witch Doctor actually destroys CK. Bloody Massacre will die. Stormstormer is unstoppable. Chasing them more.
He's got the reality. Nas also in onto the TB. The Aegis is still though. Sunder will turn out to
Black Hole hits nothing.
Oh no, the Ravage whiff into the Black Hole whiff.
Oh my god. That's one way to play around the big teamfight ultis if they can cast them, and now they Doom. The Pango plus the Focus Fire, they're crumbling. Fogged. They're misusing like completely. Like it doesn't get worse than this. Like if you connect it on one, still gonna be okay-ish. But yeah, they whiffed both of those.
Yeah, there's not much else to say about that, right? They literally just completely whiffed both spells. Got a little greedy on the Enigma. I think he went for the Midnight Pulse, causes that to whiff. But oh boy.
Not sure why they decided to like try to take this fight, because there is no Pango, there is no Roche, so they can't lose anything. Also, I don't think Tidehunter should be initiating like that. I would assume like Pango needs to go in first and provide some vision for him.
It felt just a bunch of unforced mistake, like a bunch of forced mistakes that they just, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, no one's gonna look at this and say, yeah, this is the way that they should have approached the fight.
Maybe something was, I don't know, maybe someone was making the call there that something was used and they could over.
Oh yeah, I hate when people make the calls and also use my hero.
Because like, it looked so forced. Just looked really awkward. As now, that was their Aegis time. Like the whole time there during those fights, that's when TB had Aegis. Weren't able to find a good fight for him. He's still top of net worth, but Stormstormer is really starting to just snowball on this Wind Ranger a bit too hard. I think he's beyond godlike, getting close to Daedalus after a Blink Dagger.
Not just because his courier died and is dead for 50 seconds, so once the courier respawns, he's gonna have full Daedalus and a Blink Dagger to be able to position himself better. But we've seen in the fight that Witch Doctor deals really well with the CK. Like one cask, because CK illusions are always grouped up. We need a script for CK, the same thing that happened with the Broodmother, so you can just spread out the illusions. Just kidding.
What? Oh, did he just jump in and snatch that? I think he did. And Nas just saw this Paladin Sword on the floor from Noob and blinks in and takes it. So, stealing away that one. That's a big neutral item denied from the Terrible Lady.
And also giving it to CK, potentially.
Yeah, that's a big snatch there from the Doom.
Also, looking at the talent that you mentioned on Pangolier, I'm just a bigger fan of the Rolling Thunder. The extra 3 seconds. It's one of the best, if not like the best 15 talent in the game, considering what it provides. I get it, you're trying to build the Aghanim Scepter, but those 3 extra seconds could mean a lot. Noob, now, whew, I don't know about this one, Chief.
He is
solo
so deep.
pushing tier 2 tower.
I think they've actually completely crumbled after those last 2 moments. I don't want to just fully say it just yet, but
They're still in the game, but the way they played
TB is fine. It's just, yeah.
last 2 fights was really not optimal. Look at Fishman, he's the real carry now. +2, intelligence stolen, boots of bearing, randomly pops it just to get away. It will replenish anyway.
I like that they gave him the quickening charm too. Stormer on the chase. He brings down anybody so fast if he catches him. He's quite a menace. Goals. Won't be able to TP out. Dead in 4 hits or so.
And now Shiva's guard on Nas to provide vision for the team. This is gonna be pretty big. I mean, he does have a BKB, but very low on mana, and also no Doom. Next Roche will respawn in 30 seconds. Doom will be relatively available. I mean, they need to drag the fight for like 20-30 seconds if someone decides to go in there immediately. And that's a full Daedalus that you mentioned. Level 23 Wind Ranger with the BKB, Maelstrom, and Brigand's Blade. I don't think you can ask for a better item.
No,
There are some tier 3 items that drop, but you still want to keep that.
Yeah, one of the better ones that synergizes with Focus Fire really well. We do see the wards coming out from Ooreedo. They do have them really nicely positioned around the Roche, so they are prepared for that next big fight. They just have to get some type of connection with this Ravage, or I'm really concerned. I don't know how TB's going to stick on targets, and it is starting to get a bit of like that TB versus the world, and it is a TB versus Doom. So if he gets doomed up, could just see the fight go completely one-sided.
Lotus Orb is done on Tidehunter for quite some time, so he can dispel the global silence. Devil is gonna get found, Rolling Thunder committed, and now Stormstormer going in on Tidehunter with the BKB. He does have armor, but with the Daedalus, it's just not enough. And they also found the TB. Doom, yeah, he's just gone. Bloody Massacre bought back, monster kill. Oh man, Witch Doctor turning into Voodoo, but still gonna drop after that. And now inside the pit, he's going in again. Can he finish him off? No, he can't. That is just the stun, very annoying. Oh man, Nas tipping skulls.
I think
Hearts dropped in the chat.
I think Nas has something with because in the river when he died before the earlier one bottom, like he just jumps in for the Witch Doctor, suicides himself. But yeah, we see this one. Stormstormer gets the connection. BKB just completely eviscerates Tidehunter, and I don't even know how fast this TB died, but that was even without Doom. That was just a Infernal Blade and then a CK Focus Fire, and he's dead almost instantly.
I mean, they do use... I like what Stormstormer did, just focus down the Tidehunter with the BKB. It's like similar to what Dead Prophet does when she's playing against the Tidehunter, runs him down with Exo and the Spirit Siphon BKB. My man Nas, he wanted skulls. Nah, all right, let's see if there's going to be some more chat after this.
Give him a heart. No heart. Abu has the BK.
DP out. Yeah, Scotty, once Turboblade gets Scotty plus reflection damage on you, you're not moving.
No. You are stuck in place, but he's going to get his own Scotty to counteract that Scotty. And since it's going to be versus that range TB, it's going to be even more effective, of course.
I wish you could click on Scotty to dispel enemy Scotty. I think that's the interaction that we need.
That's the one we're missing.
Here, catch.
The Wind Ranger, who picked up the shard from second Roche?
Guess it was the Doom, right? Because we saw that in Infernal Blade. I didn't see if he purchased it or not. Must be him. Stormstormer. Doesn't get the...
Okay, he picked it up. Yeah, he definitely picked it up from Roche.
Okay.
Because you don't buy.
Hold on 2 seconds.
And Bloody Massacre dying. Silver Edge, break the Tidehunter, break the Watermelon, get the seeds out, get that juice out. Man, Noob has 5,000 gold in his pockets that he didn't spend. And Stormstormer, ooh, was Shackle not available?
Maybe showing some mercy. He's got the Invis talent, level 25. Tower gonna be brought down.
They crumbled. Ooreedo, they crumbled after that fight with Tidehunter, Zero-Man Ravage into Zero-Man Black Hole. Your teammates, they see that, they kind of, you know, also feel bad because what they want to do is they wanted to have this gigantic Terrorblade, follow it up with the Tidehunter and Enigma. Did he actually buy the full Shivas?
He wants survivability, I guess, through like focus fire and stuff like that on the Pango, that is, but that's not gonna save him anyway. It's a very bizarre choice. Doesn't provide him any damage, and then now his shield crash talent doesn't make any sense, right?
Yes, that's why I would love this to be something different. Stormstormer popping the BKB. He's gonna solo kill him with the focus fire. Didn't get the
Nas
Sunder
throws
off.
it to him. Not needed, but he throws it out there.
He could have just BKB'd. Maybe he was afraid that he's gonna use the Sunder on Noob, and now Noob's gonna die. Another great Shackle from Stormstormer. I know they have these two big ultis, but we still have not seen them synergize it well, and they might, like, the pick-off potential from 0-1 Esports is just too good right now. They have two heroes with the Invis. Doom is online.
Also, it's a Storm
Silencer. Oh. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Talking about the show. They don't have any reveal. Devil drops down the sentry ward.
Cask. Look at it go.
He's hiding.
But he's dead.
Double sentry inside the base. I'm not gonna say that this is it, but I think Terrorblade's damage output is really low in this game. I feel like, you know, he was not... Most of that damage came from the laning stage. Other than that, I have not seen Terrorblade hit a single hero.
I agree, and I don't think he can now at this point either. It's just impossible. They're never going to be able to get these Ravages. He gets a Ghost Scepter to counter Stormstormer, but Stormstormer's just going to BKB afterwards and then continue to focus fire the Tide. Ravage will still go out on a...
We'll be able to blink out. Ooh, tries with the power shot, does not get it. So let's see how they approach this one right now. Nas blinking in, he's gonna actually manage to finish him off. Blood Massacre already used the buyback, so he does not have it for this fight. But the extra slow from that Scotty and the reflection, they don't have any vision. They lost the tower.
Stormstormer's still looking to think about going in.
Even without a BKB. Do you think he gets Nullifier right now immediately, just to counter the Dual Scepter, the like potentially Ghost Scepter, and some Eon Disc coming out shortly?
I was thinking if he does that or if he just goes for MKB and then he's like dealing with the TB if he does get like the evasion and stuff later on. Not sure if he just wants raw damage or not. Maybe, because it would be really good, because then he might be thinking that just because of that Tide, like you said, but he'll find another kill very quickly. They also have Refresher on Doom.
Windranger Shard is actually insane if you get it for free. Like, as a core, like as a support, you want to invest gold as soon as you can, because this shard is amazing. Shackle this time around will not connect. Stormstormer still does have a BKB and does have Windrun plus an Invis. Noob will chase, or at least try to chase him down. Another Windrun will be available again, and they don't have anything to pierce this evasion with.
Look at him go. He's just playing in his own world, his own game. Stormstormer. Not a fear in the world.
He uses Shackle Shot, sees that there is a Lotus Orb, and then blinks out to dodge it. So he has all these things in his head already planned out. Terrorblade will get stunned out by CK Shard. So extra confusion. They do bring down the melee barracks on the mid lane. I thought that was a GG for a second. Every single time I see someone type, I'm like, okay, they're done. Doom with the refresher, they're gonna take the outpost, and man, what a time to be alive. Silencer winning a game in 2022.
With ease as well, too. Really, it felt like after like the early game, right? Like everything, I feel like it's really just like Stormstormer is kind of just, he's playing a 1v5 kind of game for the last few moments, killing people by himself. And
how many globals did we have this game? Like two?
Two, I think? Yeah. And one stopped the black hole. So perfect. Nas gets the Doom. He's got the refresher for the follow-up blink into the stun. And that's +2 for Fishman.
Doom Skulls, let's go. He has his number. Pangoliner's gonna use the buyback Massacre. Ready with the Ravage, gonna pop it only on Silencer, who does have buyback, so he can buy back and use the ulti if needed. Nas gonna get that Doom on Terrorblade. Where's the follow-up damage? CK popping a BKB, and now Terrorblade's gonna get focused down. He's donezo.
Noob also getting jumped. Nas pushing his limits, going toward the high ground, but then he always has Devil behind him to heal him. 30,000 gold lead, a Ravage onto a Silencer. Not the idea.
If there's a black hole, Fishman immediately buys back and pops that global. Let's see.
Even if they don't need it, he'll do it. He's waiting for the 4-man. Oh no, he blinked into the stomp.
That's GG, Fog. That's an unfortunate one. Yeah, Noob is gonna call it disconnect from the game. I'd say they're in a pretty good spot this game until those two missed big ultis, missed Ravage into 0-man black hole, and after that, it felt like they just stopped playing Dota.
Yep, I think you, at least for me, could see a clear like skill differential between teams of understanding, and then also just. You know, I know Panel prefaced a little bit with it too about Noob, where he sometimes has these explosive games, but then sometimes he can have a little bit more of quiet ones. This one, I would still put this one a little bit in like the middle territory, but I think Stormstormer, we were talking about him.
Oh yeah.
He tends to always have these really good performances, and he has a humongous hero pool. He took over the game, right? Like in that mid game, he was just killing Noob. He just wasn't allowing them to really play, and Noob was the most important element, it felt like, to that draft. In a couple of those fights, he just dies before the fight starts.